Ex-Brigadier Mustansar Billah, ex-Brigadier Mustansar Billah, a few words about Christianity today. A night prior, that is, on the Great Supper, when it was known that the bloody-minded Judas had decided on the crucifixion, on the crucifixion of Prophet Jesus Isa, Prophet Jesus Isa asked of a dozen of his close disciples. Prophet Jesus Isa asked of a dozen of his close disciples if any one of them would volunteer that his face be so transformed that he is crucified in the morning as Jesus. Prophet Jesus Isa asked of a dozen of his close disciples if any one of them would volunteer that his face be transformed, that he is crucified in the morning as Jesus. A rather young man volunteered. Prophet Jesus Isa repeated his question. Prophet Jesus Isa repeated his question. Only the same young man volunteered again. Not satisfied, Prophet Jesus Isa inquired the third time, and again it was the same young man. And so it was. In the morning, when the body was inspected closely, after the crucifixion, it transpired that it was too young for the face. It transpired that it was too young for the face. People were perplexed and inquired if this was Prophet Jesus, Isa, where did the young man go? If this was Prophet Jesus, Isa, where did the young man go? And if this was the young man crucified, where had Prophet Jesus, Isa gone? And if this was the young man crucified, where had Prophet Jesus, Isa gone? No one knew. No one knew. The Israelites shamefacedly declared him to be Prophet Jesus Isa. Tafsir Ibn Kasir. It may be interesting to note that the original Bible was in Greco-European language. The Greco-Roman, my apologies. The original Bible was in Greco-Roman language. It was then translated into English, and there were 300 translations of Bible. 300 translations of Bible. The Christianity was in a fix. There were a lot of trouble and differences between the popes, between the priests. So Emperor Constantinople collected all the 300 versions of Bible. They were placed on a table. They were placed on a table, and the table was kept shaking, and the table was kept shaking, and the Bibles kept falling down, and the Bibles kept falling down till only four Bibles were left, till only four Bibles versions of Bible were left. So these four versions of Bible are Matthew's Gospel, Mark's Gospel, Luke's Gospel, and 4th John's Gospel. Matthew's Gospel, Mark's Gospel, Luke's Gospel, and fourth, John's Gospel. It may be interesting to know that these Gospels, and none of these Gospels, there is a mention of Trinity, that Jesus was God or Son of God, one and three and one. I repeat, in none of the Gospels mentions or mention of Trinity, that Jesus was God or Son of God. Now, starting Christianity actually was a different shape to start with. Christianity was in a different shape to start with. Till 1100 centuries, Christianity was in a different shape. In fact, 11 minus 3, 800, because it began after 300 years of Prophet Jesus, Isa. Christianity came into existence after 300 years of Prophet Isa. From 300 AD to the 11th century, to be precise, 1098 AD. Sorry, 1098 AD, Christianity was in a different shape. Then came a pope called Pope Urban, in 1098. He introduced the concept of Trinity. Pope Urban in 1098 AD introduced the concept of Trinity, three in one and one in three, and that is how it exists till today. And that is how it exists till today. And he said, he who believes in this three in one and one in three, he will not be punished in the next world. He will be forgiven. All his sins will be forgiven after death in the next world. And so that is how Christianity exists till today. This is how Christianity exists till today. That's all as far as Christianity is concerned. Please pray for me, ex Brigadier Mustansar Billah.